Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Luke Dubler on the line, and he is the founder over at RecruiterCentral, which is a Minneapolis-based recruiting company. Luke, welcome back to the show.
Glorious to be on this morning, Adam. Thanks for having me.
Oh man! So when I saw we had you booked for one of our reunion 2020 episodes, I got excited. So for the crowd, or for the audience listening that don't know what that is, that's when I have on. I bring back a guest that I liked him so much in the first episode that I brought him back for a second one. So Luke, again, really excited to have you back, and excited about talking more about your story today. I think it will serve as an inspiration to many of the entrepreneurs listening. I know it has for myself, and that's really how you turned from an RN to a corporate HR leader and kind of grew your business. And the way that you did it, putting God, family, community, and health, you kept all those things in mind. And I believe you're at 12 or a little bit over 12 employees right now, somewhere in that range. I might not be exact, but you're doing well. So I'm excited to talk more about how you maintain the balance. But before we do that, let's get just a general overview on RecruiterCentral, just so the audience all knows what you did. I don't want to assume they caught the first episode.
Sure, Adam. So RecruiterCentral is an executive search firm. We have 12 employees, and at RecruiterCentral, we fill difficult jobs, and our clients range from Fortune 50 companies to companies with 100 employees. At RecruiterCentral, we have 12 strategic sourcers. We fill the most difficult jobs that exist. And so you could call my group of recruiters headhunters, if you will. We work both on a contingency and direct placement basis. And our jobs range all the way from CEOs down to or over to skilled labor. At RecruiterCentral, we fill difficult jobs.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit more about your story and how you were able to make this transition. So where do you want to begin?
Mm-hmm. So, Adam, I appreciate all you've built with Money Matters, your book, your podcast, and there's so many people that go through their lives trying to figure out their purpose, why they're here. And I had the honor to work at great companies in my life, Target Corporation based here in Minneapolis, Cargill Incorporated, and a few other companies. And I've met some amazing people with beautiful God-given talents. And, we're all trying to find our way. But in corporate America, one thing I loved about it is I met amazing people. But another thing that I didn't like about it is that I always felt that I had more potential to give. When you're in corporate America, you have a job to do, a specific job. Generally, that job can be maybe a little bit more narrow or defined. And, we talk about innovation. We talk about being strategic all the time. Those are common buzzwords you hear in corporate America. But, you're still kind of thinking in that job or in that box, if you will. And for me, to really fulfill my purpose, I wanted to do more. I wanted to reach more people. I wanted to build a business. I wanted to lead a large team. But most importantly, I wanted to do things that, I loved and felt were things that I was good at and that I felt could, really add value to the community. So me, for example, I've been in recruiting for 20 years. I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm a great recruiter, and I love to teach about recruiting tactics. So I speak all over the United States. Last year, I spoke in 30 different states at some of the largest recruiting conferences in the United States. And the goal with RecruiterCentral is, yes, we lead with value. So we're always delivering recruiting tools, tactics, tips. There's a million different recruiting agencies out there. And what makes us different is, we're happy to give away those little tools and tactics that we pick up along the way. Yes, that serves as a marketing piece for us, but it also fuels us. It gives us something to talk about. It gives us something to share. it creates that dialogue and really adds to the recruiting community versus just like a traditional sales type environment. Nothing wrong with sales, of course. It's just kind of the way we look at it here at Recruiter Central.
Man, that's awesome. So, for other people that are in the recruiting space, I love that you said that, by the way, and I think this isn't just in the recruiting space. This is in a lot of businesses. That it's interesting how when you share your best practices. And when you kind of feed that and teach others that would appear to be or seem to be, like you said, feed the competition, sometimes the most amazing things come back to you. Can you kind of talk a little bit more about that? Because I don't think many consider that. So, like, if you're a financial advisor and to share your secrets or to share how you're prospering and things you're doing with the other financial advisor community, or, you could put that in most niches, I should say, that are in the service or sales business. They may feel that, but your perception is different. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
And when I have a lot of mentors who I really admire, and the first couple mentors they go, "Are you crazy? You're giving away all your secrets." Well,
yeah.
You're growing your competition, and I thought long and hard about that. And in some ways, I'm sure it is a little bit, but we're not giving away the whole house. We're giving little pieces of value. So the way I look at it is this. If you want to look at a traditional sales call, you call whoever your potential client is. You leave an impression. It's usually kind of sales focused. It may be timely and may not. But when the sales call ends, it ends. And, the only way you can really grow in business is to automate your efforts, to build your efforts, to compound your efforts. And so I thought about, well, how can I compound my sales efforts? How can I continuously make that touch point with clients without annoying them, essentially? And really the only way you can do that is to give them something that will interest them, that will help them, that will grow them. And so rather than the sales call that's over once it's done, when you have a great blog post, when you give a great keynote, when you share a great tool or tip or tactic, that's going to be an organic value add to both your potential clients and even your competitors. And your competitors, yes, they could use that and share that and grow on that, but they're also going to respect you. This is a long game for us. Short term, sure, we might lose a sale, we might miss a placement here, but we have brand representation, we have name recognition, and the long-term play with that is that they're going to know who we are. They're going to see us as a subject matter expert. Our name's going to come up when they think about recruiting or recruiting innovation or business leadership. So that's our strategy, if you will, Adam, behind that.
That's awesome. I love it, and the fact that you share and that you're part of the overall community for recruiters and what you're doing and speaking and doing all these things. That's just great. So Luke, if somebody is listening to this and they want more information on what's the best route for either on one or two different things. Apparently, you're doing a lot of speaking, so either on your speaking or on Recruiter Central. What's the best route for someone to connect with you?
Sure. So there's a number of ways. If you'd like to do business with us, if you're a business owner that has a difficult to fill role, look us up at RecruiterCentral.io. We do both full-time placement and then also retained and then contract placements. We do that across the United States and even across the world. I've also trained 25 large recruiting teams. Last year, we're on deck to train 50 this year. We go directly to a corporate office and train recruiting teams on talent sourcing innovation. So this is the fun stuff with recruiting. So how to find, names, how to find contact information, how to find who does what, how to find attendee lists. It's cyber sleuthing, if you will. Call me a digital nerd.
Did you say cyber sleuthing? That's a great term. I love it. I've never heard it. That's amazing. I'm in. Cyber sleuth. Go ahead, just cyber sleuth.
That's not my term.
I like it. I don't care.
Steckel. Yeah, one of my people at Mark, Shally Steckel, was kind of one of the innovators in recruiting, came up with that term. But we're with the internet and with all the information that's available, you can find out really anything you want to about a company, who works where, titles, compensation. It's all out there. It's just a matter of finding it. And that's really what makes us different. And the tools that we provide here at Recruiter Central is it's no longer just posting the job and seeing who applies. It's being very pinpoint strategic about, I need this talent to get my business to here. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, and we bring it to you. But not only do we bring it to you, we show it before it happens. So you say you want A, B, C, and D. Here are the companies that have A, B, C, and D. This is what they're making. This is what it's going to take to attract that talent. So it's a much more proactive, strategic approach than just simply posting a job.
That's awesome. Well, and in terms of speaking topics, give us a little bit more on that one, just so people have a better feel for what you're doing there.
Mm-hmm. So most of what my speaking is in recruiting and recruiting innovation, specifically tailored towards corporate recruiting teams. One thing I do need to mention is that when he started off, so I own Recruiter Central. My wife, we have 4 kids. She's also a business owner. She's actually the nurse. She has the blog Real Food RN, and she was my inspiration to start my own business. She's a former registered nurse who, wanted to really make an impact and help people's lives. And as a nurse, she wanted to automate her efforts and compound her efforts. And so she quit her nursing job and built Real Food RN, which is a blog that has literally 5+ million visits a month and has a huge impact. She's speaking. She has a podcast as well. And it talks about, general health and wellness, how to eat real food, what it means to eat real food, let food be your medicine. So I got the inspiration from her. She also speaks a little bit on health and wellness and, creating your own empire as well.
That's awesome. Well, hey, Luke, always great catching up with you. Great 2020 reunion episode. Looking forward to bringing you back in 2021, see what else is going on over at Recruiter Central and what you're up to. And with this cyber sleuthing, I love it. New term. Learn something new every day on the podcast. I'm in. Yes. Absolutely. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Hope you had fun listening. We had fun making it for you. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. If you're watching this video on YouTube, don't forget, leave us some comments in the comment section if you have something to say on recruiting or any best practices you use. I mean, love to hear what you're doing and engage in the conversation there. And don't worry, I won't answer those questions. We'll get Luke on the hook to do those because I'm not going to know the answers to those. Luke, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Adam. Keep up the good work.